What's up, dudes? Lady dudes, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we got 22 new support cards overnight. Well, not all support cards, but 22 brand new cards announced, revealed, whatever, overnight. And yeah, I'm breaking them up into like 3 different videos just because it's 22. Like, if I went to record this, it'd be like a 35, 40-minute video if I actually went through all the cards, like, and took my time with it. And I want to take my time with it. I want to be thorough about it. So, we're going to start here with the Destiny Hero and Super Quant support here. Real quick. So before we come over here, the hype stuff, let's start with the less hype stuff. So actually, it's all pretty hype. This is a pretty cool card too. So Fusion Destiny is a new spell card. You can only activate one per turn. It just says fusion summon a fusion monster that lists Destiny Hero monster as fusion material from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or deck as fusion materials, but destroy it during next turn's end phase. For the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except for dark hero monsters. So this is pretty bomb. We still have Mally. Even if Mally's at 2, this card is still pretty bomb because Mally does get you an extra body on board. But just be careful because, like it says, you can't special summon monsters except for dark heroes for the rest of the turn. But it's still pretty powerful, and you'll see why. We'll get to some other support that makes that card a little more relevant. We also have Destiny Hero Draw Guy, which is 1600, 800, level 4 Dark Warrior. Really cool design, by the way. He's got a dope-ass hat, and he's firing a finger gun. He's firing a finger gun that just fires a D. That's amazing. I love it. It's so cool. Both of his effects are hard ones for turns, though. If he's special summoned by the effect of a hero monster, you can have each player draw 1 card. I don't really get why this is either or both players draw 1 card. This totally could have just been like you draw a card. I need a hat. My hair's killing me. There we go. But yeah, this effect totally could have just been like you draw a card. It's not that powerful, but it's a nice draw. During this next standby phase, after this card was sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from the graveyard, but banish it if it leaves the field. This is pretty interesting because of the new fusion card. You could literally send this from deck to grave to fusion summon something, and then on the next standby phase, you're going to get an extra body on board. It's nothing crazy because I don't think they do a ton of plays on the opponent's turn as far as like summoning, but it is another body on board. 1600, and if you had a wee witch on board, whatever. I don't want to. That's not the best example, but it's an extra body. And he's fine. He's solid. Okay. Both the British anti-heroes and the Japanese special effect heroes get support in the January 2019 OCG booster. Okay, so first we have Destiny Hero Dynamite Guy, or Dominate Guy. I always say Dynamite Guy. It's Dominate Guy, this huge fusion monster here. 2926 are his stats. He takes 3 D-Heroes, and all 3 of his effects are hard ones for turns. First effect, during the main phase, you can look at the top 5 cards of either player's deck and return them to the top of the deck in any order. This is pretty interesting. Going first, game 1, you can look at your opponent's deck and then maybe do your plays according to what you saw once you know exactly what they're playing. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Or you can look at your own deck and set yourself up for next turn to guarantee that you draw exactly what you're looking for, or put the top, like we just saw with the level 4 guy. The next 2 cards are really relevant because he can let you and your opponent draw a card, so you know exactly what you're getting this turn and the next draw phase. So you've got the next 2 cards coming right up that you can kind of stack in your favor for a strong follow-up play. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. When this card destroys a monster by battle, draw a card. There you go. If you're going second, if you just rearranged everything, that could be 3 cards before your next turn, that you're going to get. You're going to get your next draw phase, you're going to get a draw off of the level 4 monster, and if you kill something. So there's 3 cards you guarantee, know what you're getting. Then if this fusion summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect, target 3 level 9 or lower D heroes with different names engraved and special summon them. This is really nice because this fusion card says it destroys it on your during next turn's end phase. So if your opponent doesn't out him on their turn, he's going to be destroyed by that card effect, and you're going to get 3 D-Heroes back for him, which is pretty good. Then we have the Link monster here, Extra Hero Cross Guy. 1600 attack, link 2 Dark Warrior, bottom left, bottom right arrows, those dynamite, link 2 arrows. Takes any 2 warriors, which is really important, so you can play other engines in a D-Hero deck to get things going. Anyway, both of his effects are hard once returns, and you cannot special summon monsters during the turn you activate this card's effects, except for hero monsters. So, you really can't use him as a stepping stone. You can open up zones to summon fusions and stuff under him, but you don't use him as a stepping stone after the fact, which is really cool. I like that a lot. If he's link summoned, target a D-Hero in your graveyard, special summon it. That's so good, because you probably use a D-Hero just to summon him. Get that back immediately. Really nice. So, like, you trade whatever your 2 hero monsters you have for him and one of the D-Heroes, which is really cool. There's just so much value out of that. You can also tribute a D-Hero monster, like the one you just specialed off of him, to add any hero with a different name for the tributed monster from your deck to your hand. I don't know exactly what D-Hero or, heroes in general you're trying to add here. I guess you could add, like, Honest Neos for protection or whatever. I think, does Honest Neos need an elemental hero? He might. I don't remember exactly. But still a solid effect nonetheless. Really good value out of this card, especially with opening up your zones for your fusion plays. Then the last hero card we have is D-Tactics, which is a continuous trap card. Gains 3 hard once return effects. First effect says, during the standby phase, all heroes gain 400 attack permanently. Not to the end of the turn, not to whatever. So, there you go. You activate this on standby phase, and I believe this effect will also activate then, giving all heroes a 2,000 point boost. So it gives your Link to 2,000, it puts this guy to 33, it puts your other monster to 2,000, gives them a nice little buff, and that's every single turn. So keep that in mind. If a level 8 or higher Destiny Hero monster or Destiny and Dragoon is special summoned to the field, you can banish 1 card from your opponent's hand, field, or graveyard. This card's actually pretty good, because going first, if you use that fusion card in conjunction with this, you're going to get this guy back, this monster back, on your opponent's standby? Yeah. On your opponent's standby, then you can just banish a card from your opponent's hand. I mean, you just rip a card. This is a hand rip. It's not a crazy hand rip, but it is. And then this is a continuous. So every turn, if you're just able to special summon a D-Hero, every turn, banish a card from your opponent's hand, field, or graveyard. This card's pretty insane. Also, if this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can add a D-Hero monster from deck to hand. So a nice little search if your opponent does have to out this in order to like stay alive in the game. So some really, really good hero support here, guys. I think literally all 5 cards would see play in like the most competitive version of D-Heroes. So that's always good when you know they're all getting played. Then we have Super Quants real quick. Let's touch on these. So this is the best card out of the 3 by far, which is Super Quantum White Layer, 24/24, level 7 light fairy effect monster. All 3 hard once return effects. First one says you can send a Super Quant monster from hand or face up on the field to the graveyard, except a light monster, to special summon him from your hand in defense mode. I mean, Super Quants are kind of like pretty far behind. I don't know if they probably could have made him able to do this via discarding himself or sending himself. So like whatever, but what are you gonna do? I guess he could be a little busted that way. When this card is normal or special summoned, you can send a Super Quant monster from deck to grave, and if you do, this card's attribute and type become the same as that monster. So, a Foolish Burial effect for any of the Super Quants. They all float, so this is phenomenal. So you're possibly floating something with the first effect, you're foolishing something to float with the second effect, and then the third effect said if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Super Quantal Fairy Alphen from your deck or graveyard to your hand. They don't have a Link monster confirmed yet. I hope they do, because that'll make him like the icing on the cake, because you can send him to the graveyard as material for the Link monster, and you're getting extra value with being able to get an Alphen straight to hand. So you just get a ton of value off this card. You get like 2 floats with like his with these two effects, and then this card, he floats himself if he's sent to grave. So really, really, really good card. Then you have Super Quantal Alphen Call. It's a quick play spell. You can only activate one per turn, but when a Super Quant monster you control is destroyed by battle specifically, no card effect, which is kind of lame. Special summon a Super Quantal Mech Beast Xyz from the extra deck, then special summon one Super Quantal whose name is listed on that Xyz monster's text from your hand, deck, or graveyard, but its effects are negated. So you do get, it is a +1, but you can't get like the giant mech. You can get the smaller ones. They don't have materials, so they don't have as much value. And the monster you summon has effects negated too, so it's like kind of meh. And you have to be destroyed by battle. So I think this card is like super, super meh. I don't like it. If it was destroyed by card effect as well, then we're looking at something interesting, but it's still a super reliant on your opponent's stuff effect. So that's never good. It's never good in Yu-Gi-Oh! But guys, for the last card, we've got Super Quantal Combination Magniformation, a continuous trap card with a hard second effect. During your main phase, your opponent cannot target Super Quant cards on the field with card effects. That's pretty cool. Almost all removal cards in the game are targeting effects, and this just makes your Super Quants invincible. Also, you can target one Super Quant Xyz monster you control and attach another monster you control to it as an Xyz material. Well, this kind of goes in junction with the card right here, where you can just equip the monster you summoned to it as material, just so that it has, you know, Grand Pulse can pop something, the lion can do his thing, the bird can do its thing, you know what I mean? Just giving it a material to be able to do something. While also making your stuff like kind of invisible to targeting. So I think this may be a one of, especially if it's super searchable, you know, just setting it to the field and giving your big monsters those protection. So a lot of good support here. I think the monster's a win. The spell card's a meh, and the trap card's pretty good. But the monster's huge. The monster's really good. And then all the D-Hero stuff is pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. But guys, let me know what you think. If you're a huge D-Hero fan, let me know. If I'm stupid and all this D-Hero support is poo-poo and you won't even play it because the stuff we have now is already better, let me know. If it's amazing, let me know that too. I know the link's really good. I know that for a fact. I know the trap's pretty good. Depends on these other three cards if they're worth playing. So let me know down below. Same thing for Super Quants. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more stuff from me in the future, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. That was stupid and lame.